with another one.
All right, guys, so the first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery, okay? You have to disconnect the battery before you start trying to remove the compressor. So we're going to get this off and we're going to disconnect the battery. If you want to know how to remove this, there's a Phillips here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 in the bottom, and this whole piece will come out. All right, so let's pull this whole piece out. Oh, sorry, you have one more right here. Let's take that one out too. All right, so in all it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we're gonna pull this whole thing out. And all I'm gonna do is take off the negative cable here. It's a 10 millimeter, just like that. We're just gonna take this off. There we go. All right, so that's off. There's no power going to the vehicle. All right, let's start removing the undercover panel. All right, guys, so what I did here, you can see that the car is sagging in the back, but what I did here is all I did was run it up on one ramp. Okay, I did not do a ramp on the other side, as you can see. Okay, so the cover panel is on the passenger side, and it's underneath the vehicle. Okay. All right, so the first thing you want to do is remove the push clips that are normally here. Okay, you should have one here, one there, that's 2, and then let's see, 3. So you should have these in your car. That's 3, 4. That's all you need to remove. If you look back here, you see this 10 millimeter here and this line right here. This is the panel you have to remove, so you don't have to worry about the ones in the back. So just remove from this screw right here, which is right below the passenger rear door. You're gonna do 1 push clip, 2, 3, and then 4 down there. Okay, now to get those out, since I have one in here, all you do is get a pry tool and just kind of just jam it up under the bottom of it, and just like that. And you're gonna do that for all of them. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is you have a 10 millimeter here, that's 1, and then you have a 10 millimeter right here, that's 2. You're gonna remove those first. Okay, so start with the one at the back, by the back door right here. I'm gonna take that one out, just like that. That's 1. And then the other one's down here. I'm gonna take this one out too. There's 2. Okay, and then as you go underneath some more, you should have, let's see, a plastic nut here, which is 1, one right here, which is 2, another one down here, that's 3. Let's see, make sure, I think it's one more right there. It should be one right there too, so it should be 4 of those. So you're gonna take those off too. All right, let's see, and it's just a little plastic nut. So it's, like I said, it's one right here too. So 1, and then we just took off that one, that's 2, and then it's 1 here. And let's see, it's one more back here where that line is again. It's like right here. Okay. So like I said, it's 4 of those. I only had 3 of them, but it's 4 of those. All right. Now you need a 8mm. Let's switch over to an 8mm. All right, so where this line is again, you have a 8mm here. We're gonna go ahead and take that off, and then it's another one right beside it. So you're gonna take all those off too. Just like that. 8mm. That's one. And then you have one right here. And that's gone. That's 2. Let's see. And you have 2 more right here in the front of the car. As soon as I take that out, this thing's gonna fall off. It's already loose. So we're gonna take this one off. And then the one right here. Just like that. All right. So you can see this whole piece right here is finna fall down. So it's already hanging right here. Okay. So all you have to do is pull this whole thing out. See that? It'll get kind of stuck here, but you just pull it out of here right there. Whew. All right, so that's the whole piece you're gonna pull. All right, now let's go underneath right here. This whole entire thing right here is the compressor. Actually, the compressor is here. The valve, stop valve, is here. We're gonna pull this whole thing off. Now, what I suggest you do is let the air out first, because it may be air in it, it may not. These 2 lines here, if you take off this connector, it's 3 connectors. It's one here, it's one right here, and then it's one in the back right here. We're gonna take all 3 of those connectors off first, because we already disconnected the battery, and then we're gonna let the air out of the system. Okay, so give me a second. Well, I may can pull these off. Let's see. You just push down on it and pull it off. Let's do this one. Alright, so that's one. And let's see if we can do this other one. Right there, that's 2. And then we have this one here, which is the same. Just push down on it and pull it off. There we go. So, got all 3 of those off. That's them right there. Have a little more room up under here, and we're gonna let the air out from here. So we're gonna loosen these. Go slow, you'll hear air coming out of it, and as soon as the air stops, you can go ahead and take these out. So it's one here, and it's one over there, that 10mm. Okay, I'm gonna get my flashlight so you can see a little better. All right guys, so before you take that loose, what we're gonna do is we're gonna unclamp this, just kind of pull forward and pull this plastic out. Just like that. And then we're gonna pull these out of here. All right. Now we're gonna take the whole pump out. So it's a 10mm here, and then it's two right here, one right here, and one right here. We're gonna take those out so that we can have easy access to loosen these. Okay. So take this one out. This one. And then take this one. There we go. So the whole thing just kind of falls down. Now I'm gonna need two hands to get this out, so bear with me. Alright, so what we're gonna do is take a 10mm and we're gonna take these loose. Okay, now before you take these loose, if you look up under here, it tells you which one it goes on. Mine is wrong for some reason, but where that red dot is right there, this red hose right here should be on this blue side over here. And sometimes it may be a blue dot, but that's actually wrong. I could tell that this is like a used one. I can just tell by the way it looks, it's used. Or it came out of a junkyard or something, I don't know. But we're gonna take this loose. So like I said, take it loose slowly. Do not just rip this thing loose because it's air in here. Just go slow. It may not be air in mine because mine's like squatting on the ground, but yours may have air in it. So you can hear that. You hear that air coming out? It wasn't a lot, but it was some still in there. Hear that air? Alright, that's one, and then we're going to pull the other one out too. You hear the air coming out of this one also. Alright, so we have both lines out, and then all we have to do is take loose this line right here. These little blue part right here, if you push that, it's two of them on both sides. If you push those in, see the one on that side, if you push them in and then pull off, it should just come off. Some of them have white, some of them have blue. Let's see if we can get this off. Just like that. See that? Ugh, it has water in it. Okay, so now that's loose, and all we have to do is get that one bolt up there, and this whole thing will come out. Alright, so this right here is the old one. this is the new one. It's technically not new, but I got it for 50 bucks. Okay, so this is the new one. This is the old one. Alright guys, so this right here is the actual connector. I cut this off the old car. This is the actual connector. The brown one in here is the negative, and this green and red one is the positive, okay? It goes on like this. Right here. Come down here. Alright, as you can see, the clip is up here. This is where you press down on the clip, right? So it goes on just like that. Okay? So this tells you on this pump which side is negative and which side is positive. So as you see, the left side over here, which is the rounded side, it's round right here. It's round right here and it's flat on the bottom. So the rounded side is the negative and the flat side is the positive. Okay, as you can see. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt to see if this thing actually works. Again, I'm gonna use my Power Probe 3. I like this tool because if you press up, it shoots power to whatever, 12 volts, okay? And it has a negative. So what we're gonna do is inside of here, in here, we're gonna clip this to the negative side. All right, so now it's on the negative side. Then we're gonna go over here on the positive side of the clip. And I'm gonna touch inside here, and I'm gonna shoot power, see if it turns on. You hear that? It's not gonna do it. Okay, so that lets me know that this compressor is bad. Now, we're gonna move this out the way. I'm gonna show you on the new pump the same thing. We're gonna do the same exact thing on this pump. Like I said, the rounded side is negative. So if you look in there, it's kind of hard to see. It's two clips in there, two little white connectors in there. You see those? That's what you're clipping it on. All right, so we're gonna do, it's just like in this side right here. If you look in there, it's two connectors in there. Same thing in this one. So this negative is gonna go on the left side. Let's see if I can get that on there. And then right here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna touch it, and then we're gonna press up on it. You hear that? All right. So that lets me know that this pump actually works. Okay? So that's how you can test your pump to make sure that your pump works. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and put this one in the car. All right, guys. So the first thing we're gonna do is connect these air lines right here. Okay? Got red and blue. Now, when you look at this thing here, this is where they go. You got 2, 1, 1, 2, okay? But if you flip it on the bottom, it shows you which side the red or the blue one comes on or connects to. All right, so on the old one was actually red. On this one, it's blue. So that means the blue goes on this side, okay? Like I said, you have two connections. Now what we're gonna do is kind of move this up here. I'm gonna move this up here, get it as close as we can. And remember, the blue is right here. So the blue, we're gonna put the blue one on first. So this blue goes in this hole right here. See that? It goes in the hole, and then we're gonna tighten it down, okay? And then the red one is gonna go on this opposite side, and then we're gonna tighten them down. When you tighten them down, please do not tighten them so tight that you strip it out, okay? You just wanna get it tight snug tight, like, you know, just enough where it's tight. Don't strip it, all right? Because these air lines have a lot of pressure in it. If you strip it, it's gonna leak right there, okay? Do not cross thread these. When you put these in there, you make sure that it is right. It's threaded in there correctly, because if not, if you like leaning or something like that, or something, it's gonna cross thread it and then it's gonna leak, okay? So I'm gonna get these two in and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I got them threaded in and I did it by hand as tight as I can get it, and now I'm gonna use this 10mm and I'm gonna tighten it down just like that. One more time, right there. I'm not going no tighter than that. It's gonna strip, okay? Same thing on this side. It's a little harder on this side. And that's good enough. That's good enough. And that's good enough. So we got both of these on here, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and push it back up into the car, and over here we're gonna put this nut on and this nut on and the one on this side, and then we're gonna connect this. And all you do is just push it on. It's gonna snap, and when it snaps, you pull back on it just to make sure that it's actually connected. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect all of the connectors. All right guys, so I got pushed it up in there. I got this one down and I got these two down, so it's in there. And all you're gonna do now is, see this hole right here, this is where your wires push in at. It's kind of broken, but we're gonna see if it'll go. And then we're gonna make all the connections, okay? So let's see, the first one is this one, and then the one on the bottom right here. Turn around, make sure it makes that popping noise, clicking noise, and then this one right here, make sure it clicks just like that. Pull back on it to make sure it does not come off. All right, so we have those on, and then we're gonna go ahead and click these back in. Let's see, one right here. Let's see. And then the blue one goes behind it just like that. And then we're just gonna push this down, click. All right, so we got the hoses, air hoses connected, and got them clicked down. Everything's in, and then we're gonna go down here at the bottom. You see this part right here? It slides right on this. So we're gonna take it, push it on until it, let's see. Yeah. Push it on until it snaps. There we go. Pull back on it to make sure it's on there. And we're gonna leave it like this, and we're gonna make sure that it actually works. All right. All right, so we're gonna put the new 40 amp fuse back in up here at the top, right above this 30. Goes all the way up at the top, just like that. So we got that in, and let's see if it works. All right, guys, so I have the vehicle started, and if you look here, it's still squatting, but it's squatting because I took out the leveling 10 amp fuse, because I want you guys to see it actually pump up for the first time. So hopefully this works. We're gonna put that fuse back in and see if it actually pumps up. All right, So here's that 10 amp. I'm gonna put it in right here, just like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is come on this side and see if it actually pumps up. Let's see if it's lifted. Yep, I see it lifted. Watch it. See it lifting up? See that? You see that gap getting bigger? Now what we're gonna do is go see if we can hear the pump going. Alright guys, so we're back in the car and I have input open the same way I did it early in the video. And what we're gonna do is we're going to see if the pump is working. Alright, so right now, let's see, rear left is 9, rear right is 12. So we're gonna hit up and see if it pumps this thing up. Oh, so I can hear the pump. You can hear that pump down there. So we're gonna look at the numbers up. You see the numbers lifting up? All right, so while it's pumping up, what we're gonna do is go outside and look at it. Let's see if it's actually going up. Yep, I see it going up, baby. Look at that. See it lifting up? That lets me know that the pump is working. Look at that gap. All right, let's turn it off. Let's see. It's on 80 right now, so we're gonna hit stop. All right, so I stopped it, and let's look at the car. You see that? It's back up. You see how it looks in the front? See that gap? See that right there? It's up. Alright guys, so to get the error message to go away, I had to clear the system. In the main menu, I went to, let's see, error memory, which is F4. I clicked that, and then I hit read, which is F1. It had some errors in there. They're not in English though, but I cleared it. So I went back. Let's see. I went to F10, went back, and then I clicked on, let's see, F4, and then right there where it says error memory clear, I hit that, which is F2, just like that. It says the error memory has been cleared. So once I cleared that, the actual warning light went away. So I'm gonna put the key in again, start the car, and as we go through, let's see, go through everything, you'll notice that it's not in there anymore. Let's see. One, let's see. See, that's in there, but once I start driving, that'll go away. But see, I'm going through all of them and it's not in there. Okay, so it's fixed. And if we get out of the vehicle, let's see, you'll see that it is still in the air. I'm gonna take it for a ride, but I got a couple more things that I want to do before I lose daylight, and I'll let you see you know, when I ride and come back, is it still in the air? Oh yeah, guys, I will have in the link, helpful links, I will show you where to get this DCAN cable from. I may put a link in there for the IMPA software, and maybe like a little explanation on how to install it. I don't know yet. I may do that, I may not. And a lot of the tools that I used, like the power probe and the relay tester and stuff like that, will be in there also for people who may want to purchase some of those tools. All right, guys, I'm out.